Hello, everybody, and welcome to the T Zone. Today, we are going to talk to you about the culture of subscriptions. While while my friend Sarah here introduces us to the subject, may I serve you some tea?
Of course, yeah.
So, I just want to start with asking you both a question. Who here has a subscription?
I do. I have many.
Interesting. Have you noticed that over the years, subscriptions and websites like Netflix have become even more popular? Before, people used to go out and have to buy DVDs and CDs and go to the movies if they wanted to enjoy a movie. But now, we just have to pay online and we can access everything. And it's not just with watching and listening. We can also do that with food and supplies. We just click a button and everything gets delivered at home.
That's so true. Subscriptions have so many advantages, like offering a variety of services that you wouldn't find normally at the same place. For example, if you went to the DVD store, there were only the most popular movies. If you had other interests, or if you were a horror movie lover, you wouldn't really find the best or what you were specifically looking for. It's also more it's cheaper. Basically, you pay less. You pay $12 to $20 a month for a bunch of movies. You get way more than if you bought them all individually like we used to. So, and it's you don't even have to leave your house. You can just enjoy everything from the comfort of your own bed, whether it's entertainment like watching on TV or food, you know.
Well, like you said, subscriptions basically make your life easier, but there's a lot of inconvenience when it comes to them and a lot of consequences basically on the wallet because when you add up all of your subscriptions at the end of the month, you can find yourself spending more than $200 on stuff that you could have passed on, Like instead of eating out, but technically in every like 2 days, you could have like put this money towards something greater like a personal project or some investment.
Yeah.
And because the payments are automated, people sometimes even forget that they're paying.
Mm.
So, for example, they're gonna find themselves attracted to a deal that it's like free for 3 months, and they're gonna subscribe, but forget that they even subscribed in the first place.
That's so
People
true.
forget
Yeah.
that after those 3 months,
I struggle with that
you have
too.
to pay, and people will find themselves surprised that money is missing from their bank.
Yeah, sometimes the bank removes some money from my account and I don't even know why. And then I remember, oh, it's that free trial that I used. So at first it can seem like not a lot, but the accumulation, like for example, for me, I always order out, well, in, like you said earlier, but I don't really realize, like, for me it's just $20 for a trio or something, and I don't really, it adds up, really. It's like $200 in 3 months. I think that's just too much, you know? The You don't even realize it, and then you just look at your bank account and you think, wow, where did all my money go?
The deals are so attractive. You always get reviews. Yeah, and that is actually the tricks that the culture of subscription use to make us spend more money. Do you really think Netflix cares about how much what your pay is every 2 weeks? They don't care. They just want money, and they do that on purpose. Being like sneaky and making sure that the payments that you do are not visible. Well, they do that so you keep paying. We're basically just laboratory rats for them.
That's so true. We're
Well, it's why subscriptions are convenient, but also dangerous because people forget, like I said, like they forget and they need to be careful over time on what they spend.
Yeah, it obviously reduces your money for other important things like investments. I don't know who said it earlier, but that was really smart. And it's things that are temporary, obviously, like for a movie or something. Even though it is really easy to fall into that addiction of ordering in or watching any movie you want, any platform, and just trying all those free trials, it's just a loop we all collectively need to stop being stuck in.
Well, now let's get into the subject. First, let's talk numbers. the average North American household spends about $200 a month on all of their subscriptions.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Way too much.
But we in these number we consider the older generation as well as the millennials and the Gen Zs. But if we focus solely on the Gen Z and the millennials, we find that they spend about $291 to $377
Per month?
per month
That
on
is
subscriptions.
insane. That is completely insane.
Yeah, I agree. That is insane.
I mean, the effect that must have on the budget is absolutely crazy.
And I'm thinking that, sorry, I'm thinking that it's people that don't all have like a full-time job. If we're talking
Yeah.
Gen Z,
They don't see, obviously, that they're spending this much. They just think it's a basic.
Well, you'll be surprised, but Gen Z are. I mean, I think the oldest Gen Z they're 26. So
yes, exactly.
Well,
they're
that's
26.
actually really cool. So
Yeah, that's pretty old. Not that old, but that is old. I am. All right, let's get in.
no offense to you guys.
Come back here.
Cut that.
Not you guys. We're talking
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
singular.
Yeah, yeah.
And to
Anyways, as I was saying, the same study, which is Subrec, also shows that 37% of that whole budget, we can say, that they spend on subscriptions is actually useless.
What do you mean? They don't use it?
They don't use it. 37% of $371 that goes straight to the trash.
Honestly, this is, I think, a marketing thing, and it's obviously organized by those people who hold the subscriptions.
Exactly.
It's
I'm thinking when you said 37, I'm thinking like it's subscriptions that people did in on an impulse and never thought about again.
Yeah, I mean, my mother, the first time that she bought Spotify Premium, she didn't even know she had it. And she paid for a whole month.
interfaces are made in a way that you don't realize what you're buying. I think they don't really implement how you're committing to paying $10 a month. They just say 3 months for free or something to lure you in, and then you get stuck in the loop.
The
Once
loop.
again, it's always the loop.
Sometimes they, like you said, the marketing is so good that you don't even notice. Like you're gonna think it's for 1 month. Maybe you're subscribing for 2 weeks, and you're gonna pay $10
Uh-huh.
each 2 weeks.
And you totally forget that you even bought the subscription. You told after the 2 weeks you forget, and it just removes itself from your account, and then that's when you
Yeah.
realize.
And the same people say that they have a hard time saving money. Well, I wonder why.
Really, you don't have priorities. If you have time and money to buy subscriptions, you can't complain after.
And
You
that
have-
market is making so much money off these people's back. I mean, the global market is worth more than 500 billion.
That's
Billion?
5 billion.
Globally, obviously.
Man, you know what you could do with $500 billion? You could buy the Earth.
Yeah, I mean,
like just to visualize it, you can just watch the series that Netflix has the money to produce, and you're gonna notice like,
Yeah,
wow,
like,
that's not
$40 million budget is insane for a movie or for just an episode like Stranger Things. I wonder how much that costs.
Way
I
too
think
much.
I mean, if Millie Bobby Brown was like paid $1 million an episode,
Yeah,
Yeah.
way more.
And
Well.
they had to cancel shows like Anne with an E to produce it. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like they took that budget and put it in.
that's what I was thinking. Like, there's so many like I don't want to say useless, but like less interesting shows on Netflix that are like owned by Netflix. And I'm always thinking, how do you have so much money to invest in so many projects? And then I remember, well, there's like a billion other people just like me paying every month and giving them their money.
Yeah, I think the evolution of this scheme is going way faster than our comprehension of it. So we don't understand that we're being scammed by them.
And in our generation, I think we are the most affected. I'm just gonna tell you what I researched. It it tells us that the 2022 health crisis reinforced the trend. 37% of Quebecers
37% of